a whale that snuck up behind the boat here before as well. There's actually a few whales up at 1 o'clock there as well. We didn't quite get a fluke up then. Got a fluke up over at 1 o'clock though, folks.
Loro no, ti andiamo a dici ora.
I want to see.
Hala yela nazikeni mfahimshi.
Holding up, guys. You might be wondering how big a fully grown humpback whale is, folks. Do you reckon the females are bigger than the male, or do you think the males are bigger, folks? What do you reckon?
Females?
Female? Why would you say that?
Because they're going to feed their babies.
We all know, folks, don't we, that the males are bigger and stronger in the animal kingdom? Gentleman down the front reckons the female's bigger.
Yeah.
What made you say that?
Because they're going to feed their babies.
Well, what's your name? Mark. Well, congratulations, Mark. You are correct, my friend. And most people go with the male, folks, because in the animal kingdom, the male is normally bigger and stronger, and but not with our humpback whales. The female is actually bigger. Now, a fully grown humpback whale, a male will be somewhere around 12.5 to 14.5 meters in length. The female is bigger, and she will be somewhere around that 13.5 to 15.5 meters in length. But they'll both weigh in, is because she's got to carry that calf, folks, and that calf is somewhere between 3.5 and 4 meters and weighing in at 1 ton. Small whales have over at 3 o'clock there as well. Meters away.
My legs hurt.
These pods here, folks, and just try and work with them a little bit, shake their curiosity a little bit. Downtimes are a little bit long just at the moment to be able to really get alongside and chase that bit of curiosity. So a couple of whales here, folks. Try and get something going here for you. These whales aren't scared of us at all, folks. Just doing whatever it is they're doing at this particular time. So it's not because we're coming along that the down times are longer and all that kind of stuff. In actual fact, it's normally the total opposite. You've seen that whale come up behind us before. That's up here, folks, now. And it's just, changing. Lovely tail fluke. It's just about changing their curiosity and things like that, because again, they're very inquisitive folks. We want to come out whale watching, and they actually want to come people watching. And sometimes we can turn the boat off for 20, 30, 40 minutes, and they'll just swim around the boat and just totally interact and check everybody out on the bow. Nose up on the transom of the boat, maybe on the side of the cabin.
Oh, chama.
Again. again, you can see how close we are here as well, folks, but so they're not worried about us at all. They don't feel threatened by us at all. Just being able to work with them a little bit. It's a little bit like when we walk down Cavill Avenue in Surfers Paradise, folks. If you're walking down there and there's nothing happening, you just walk from one end of Cavill to the other. But if you hear people cheering and clapping and something's going on, you sort of think to yourself, wow, I wonder what's going on over there. We should go check that out. So I'm not saying start clapping and things, but certainly if we can get these whales a little bit interested in us, we need to wave our arms, and it's waving your arms that actually get their attention and change their curiosity a little bit, but they've got to be up alongside the boat. So we'll keep working with them, folks. See how we go. Back at 6.
They're coming across the harbour.
So we've got some whales coming up at our 6 o'clock again, folks, probably about 30 meters behind us. Keep an eye on them. I think they're going to come across and join up with these other ones. There's actually a fair few whales around, folks. There's a fair few pods just all around us here. Right in front of us there now, folks. Very close.
Did you see that?
What? That?
Yeah.
I'm working with them here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we get something going on.
I wish it went fast again. It's gone quiet, folks. They might not like Lee Kernaghan. Might have to get some dire straits on or something.
I haven't seen Migaloo before, not this year.
Migaloo? Was someone asking about Migaloo?
Yeah.
No one's seen Migaloo for a few years now. They're thinking he might not be around anymore.
See albino or something. Just like making some food.
What time is it?
Alright, so
Whoa.
I think that's the other whale coming over as well that we, oh no, might not be, there's 2 whales there, so they may have just crossed over as well, folks.
we'll leave them on this side now, folks, and just see whether they prefer being on this side. We try to keep them out of the sun so that we can get some photographs, but they might just want to hang out on this side here. I get a blue duck, not quite. The water spout that you see coming from these whales also, folks, that's just caused by them blowing a little bit of water off the top of the nostril. And humpback whales have two nostrils on top of their head. Killer whales or orca, they have a single blowhole. Dolphins are part of the whale family as well. They also have a single blowhole as well. These whales have two nostrils, and the reason for that is the ginormous lungs that they have. We drive around in a little Hyundai Getz or a Toyota Yaris. You drive around in a set of whale lungs, folks. The lady just asked me how many times a day are they feeding. The calves are the only ones that are feeding. The other whales are fasting. It really just depends though. You know, I can't really answer that. Like whenever they feel like it, a little bit like babies, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, they'll feed for probably, 10, 15 minutes, and you know, just. I guess whenever they really feel like having enough feed, they consume around 300 litres of milk a day. The adult whales, they're actually fasting, folks. Now, they're not actually in Antarctica for that long. For some reason, we sort of just think of whales, we think of freezing cold water, we think of icebergs and all that kind of stuff. Now, the reason that these whales go back to Antarctica is it's because it's where the feeding grounds are. It's the only reason they go back down there. They're only there for about 3.5 to 4 months maximum. The rest of the time, they're on this migration. Now, when they're feeding down in Antarctica, folks, these whales are gorge feeders. They feed on around 1 ton of krill a day. And they'll store about 10% of what they eat with fat content for this migration. By the time these whales get back down to Antarctica, folks, they haven't eaten for 8 months. They can lose somewhere around 10% of their body weight, so they can lose 4 or 5 tons of body mass by the time they get back down to Antarctica. They're baleen whales as well, and what that means is they're not a toothed whale. The orca, or killer of whales, is a toothed whale. Dolphins are part of the whale family as well. They're also a toothed whale. These whales have baleen plates in their mouth. What that's like, it's like a very stiff straw room, folks. And when they're feeding, they take in large amounts of water, large amounts of krill. They need to expel the water out through the baleen plates. The baleen plates then capture the krill, and whatever's left in their mouth, they swallow it, and then they lick the krill off the baleen plates with their tongue as well. The tongue of a whale can weigh around a ton as well. Alright, these guys have been a bit pain this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Other side, I think. Alright, I'm going to duck back in here, guys. You're going to hate me for it. Alright, come on. We're nearly in the perfect spot here, folks, for the money shot. The money shot is a breaching whale in front of that Q1 wall. Come on. Just to let you know also, folks, you don't see many breaching whales on a day like today. You want to see breaching whales? You've got to come out when it's really windy and rough. Lots of white caps on the water. And that's a very well recorded fact, folks. You see a lot more whales breaching. It's not to say that one of these whales won't breach, but you do see more whales breaching on very windy days. You'll be out here, you'll be freezing cold, you'll be rough. You think, oh my God, what are we doing out here? Oh, come on. Those whales rolled over a little bit. We just had to
Go to 4 o'clock my night.
at 4 o'clock.
No, you rolled over again.
Alright, so a little bit of change in behaviour here, folks, and like I said before, things can change very, very quickly, and we'll see how we go. So, surface time, tail fluke up nearly.
Sienna.
So it's those little things that you're looking at, a little bit of change in behaviour. See the nostrils on top of that whale's head just then as well. Nice and close, 3 whales here now. It's pretty cool. Right, now if we get these whales over near the boat here a little bit now, folks, a little bit of waving for me. You're going to feel stupid doing it,
It'll work
but
though.
this is what actually gets their attention, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to try and do is just get that attention. Nice little fluke up. It's just trying to change that curiosity. Get them to slow up a little bit. Maybe come and say hello to us all.
I can see through the glasses when I dove right.
I told her to though.
Now the tail flukes, folks, we're not even getting rid of tail flukes. We've had a bit of heavy weather over the last couple of days, and I think the seas have dropped out pretty nicely. So these whales will be taking full advantage of the conditions that we've got here and probably resting up a little bit as well, folks. They're a long way from Antarctica yet as well before they get back down there to be able to have a feed. And they've just gone through a period where we've had some heavy weather. We did run yesterday, and the day before we were out here it was pretty gnarly as well, folks. But so obviously when we do have big seas and 3-meter swells and another meter of sea on top of that, these whales have to get to the surface to be able to breathe, and obviously they've got to swim a lot harder and things like that as well, so they use up a bit of energy. Not making any excuses, folks, but these whales are pretty chilled out today, and they're just cruising along and probably taking full advantage of the beautiful conditions we've got here. Like I was saying before,
not saying that one of these whales won't breach, and it could happen. That's why you got to just keep on watching as well, folks. One of them might just decide to breach, but they do breach more when it is windy. We're not sure why they do that, folks. Whether it's just the the noise coming off the waves and the white caps. You've got to have white caps. You've got to have a slip 18 knot breeze, and whether it's the just the noise coming off the waves and things like that stimulate them. Another very well recorded fact with breaching is if you see a whale breach, you will normally see another whale breach simultaneously straight after it. It could be 500 meters away, or it could be 5 nautical miles away. We may not even see it, but that is a very well recorded fact, folks. Now people ask us, why do they do this behavior and why do they breach and things like that. Now there's a few different theories, folks. Obviously we can't ask them. Another whale up at 12 o'clock. It's believed to be a form of communication, and sound travels extremely well through water. Now when we were coming out here, the whales were doing some tail slaps as well, and there were obviously a lot of whales around this area, and they come very close to the boat again, and they could have just been letting other whales know where they were and things like that, and they sort of sorted themselves out and gone into this quiet mode again. There was a lot of activity when we first started out here. So the tail slaps as well, we see a lot of juveniles doing that, folks. A mother will take her calf back down to Antarctica. It'll be born here. She will take it back to Antarctica, show it the migratory route down there. She'll show it where the feeding grounds are. She'll teach it how to feed down there. And then she will bring it back up here next year, showing it the migratory route back up here again. And then sometime in this period here, she will slip away from that calf, and it'll be a yearling, and she will slip away from it, and then it'll be by itself. So we see a lot of juveniles, folks. They'll be out here and they'll be doing tail slaps. They'll be slapping their little tail and all that. And they'll be doing these tail slaps, and they'll be looking for a mate, and they're waiting for another whale to respond to some tail slaps as well. And it's like sending out a text message. They're a little bit scared, frightened. They also do what they call a peduncle throw. That's where they throw their big tail around, folks. Not the tail fluke, the tail. And it's called a peduncle throw because the tail of a whale is all muscle. It is the biggest and strongest muscle in the animal kingdom.
Got another one at a time.
And that's where the energy comes from for these whales to be able to breach like they do. Just a couple of hard kicks from that tail is enough for these whales to be able to totally clear the water. There's some other whales over at our 9 o'clock as well, folks. Keep an eye on them. Back up here at 1 o'clock again.
You better have just come here.
Kashan got it?
Did he, what did he do? Did he just a peduncle throw? Maybe a peduncle throw or something from our whale over there at 9 o'clock, folks. I didn't see it, but Just looking at these whales just here, but a bit of a splash over there. Keep watching.
Deep dive.
Yeah, these guys are really close to the boat here now too, folks. I bet you didn't think you're going to get this close to whales, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen, because you've got to remember these whales that you're looking at that are right alongside the boat here, they're wild. This isn't SeaWorld out here, folks. And they're beautiful creatures, ladies and gentlemen. They love to interact. Now, some other reasons people think that these whales breach and so forth. Might have swapped over to the other side again. Is they can carry a couple of 100 kilos of barnacles. And I'll just jump in. They carry barnacles under their chin. They can carry a couple of 100 kilos of barnacles. And people believe that they breach, try and dislodge barnacles and also parasites that they might be carrying as well. Try and dislodge parasites, barnacles, loose skin, they're carrying as well. Another theory is that they might just do it because they can. I think if I was a 40-ton whale, folks, and I could fully clear the water and breach, I could try to do as much possibly
باخد
Down there.
good as well, folks. A couple of good footprints on the water here, folks. Where that smooth water is, it's called a footprint. Now, the old seafarers, they used to think that that was oil washing off the back of these whales. If you took oil on the water, that's exactly what it looks like. And that's a myth. That footprint back there, and that was a pretty good example of a couple of footprints. It's the upwelling of the trout. These whales are displacing about 40 tons, and it's just the water filling that void, the upwelling of that. That footprint. Now the tail fluke is another very interesting feature of these whales as well, folks. That's like our fingerprint. No two whales have the same tail fluke pattern on the trailing edge out the side of it. So normally we have researchers on board. We don't have any today, but we've got Macy on board. She's trying to get a photograph of the underside of that tail fluke. Once we do that, we're able to identify these whales. Over the past decade, we've learned so much more about these beautiful whales, and that's all due to the hard work that